hopefully can go a little faster after that. So if we look at C, okay, and this is my 0, 0, okay, this is my 0, 0, okay, am I gonna go left, right, up, down? We're going up how many?
2.
2, so that coordinate is 0, 2 for C. That's my C coordinate. Okay, my new C is you're gonna take the first piece and times it by 2. And the second piece and times it by 2. So 0 times 2 is still 0. 2 times 2
4.
is 4. So my new C prime is going to be at 0, 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my C prime. Okay, my D is going to be, what is that coordinate for my D? We're going to go left 1, so negative 1, up 2, so positive 2. That's my D. Okay, so we're going to multiply both of those pieces by 2. Negative 1 times 2.
Negative 2.
Negative 2. 2 times 2 is 4. That's my new coordinate. Okay? So we got negative 2, so left 2, and then up 4. So this is going to be my new D. Okay, my E is going to be left 2, down 1. So left 2, so negative 2, and down 1 is going to be negative 1 for my E. Okay, well, negative 2 times 2. What is negative 2 times 2?
4.
Negative 4. Negative, or 2 times negative 1.
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Okay, so my new coordinate for my E is going to be negative 2, or negative 4, negative 2. So left 4 and then down 2. So it's going to be my new E. Okay, and then lastly, my B is going to be left 2, so positive 2, up 0, so 2, 0. That's going to be my B. So my new B is going to be 2 times 2, 4, 0 times 2, 0, so 4, 0. So we're going to go left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 0, or up 0. This is my new B. Okay, and then we can kind of connect all of our dots, and that's my new shape. Okay, so it's still the same shape, it just made it bigger by an enlargement of 2. Okay? Okay, here's what I can tell you for sure. Okay, and this will kind of help some of you guys. I don't want to say cheat because it's not cheating. Okay? If the number is on an axis, meaning on this line, if it was at 2 and we know we got to times it by 2, then it's going to be 4. Okay, this one was at 2. We know it's still going to be on this line at 4. Okay, it's the ones that are like on these corners, okay, not on the axis that you're really going to have to find the coordinate and multiply. Okay, and so on those ones, there's just really no good way other than to do it. Okay, so if we look at 3, it says a dilation of 2 about the origin. So is it going to be an enlargement or a reduction?
Enlargement.
Enlargement. So if the number is bigger than 1, it's going to be an enlargement. Okay. So my S, okay, is negative 1, positive 1. Negative 1, 1. Okay, and we're going to multiply them by 2. Negative 1 times 2. Negative 1 times 2.
Negative 2.
Negative 2. 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, so for my S is going to be negative 2, 2. So this is my S prime. Okay, my T is going to be left 2, so negative 2, down 1, so negative 1. Okay, we're going to multiply those by 2. Negative 2 times 2. Negative 4. Negative 1 times 2.
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Okay, so it's going to be negative 4, so left 4, and negative 2 is going to be down 2. So left 4, down 2. Okay, and the R is on the axis, and so that's where I was talking about, so you could save yourself some time. So right now, what is that coordinate?
2, 0.
2, 0. So 2 times 2 is gonna be 4, 0 times 2 is gonna be still 0. So this is gonna really be at 4. Okay, the ones that are on the axis are kind of easy. The other ones you really are gonna have to just do. Look at number, what are we on? 5. Okay, a dilation of 1.5 about the origin. Okay, is that going to be a reduction or an enlargement? It's an enlargement. So earlier when I was talking to another teacher, I was like, oh, if it's a decimal, and then I was like, wait, no, that's not necessarily true. Okay, so only if it's smaller than 1. Okay, because we can say a decimal, this is still bigger than 1. Okay, and so with decimals is you've got to use the calculator. Okay, so so if we start off with the W, okay, the W is 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. Okay, and this is where you guys really have to type because I can't do decimals in my head either. Okay, 1 times 1.5. 1 times 1.5. Let's go, get to typing. Okay, so if you get a fraction, you're gonna hit SD on your calculator and change it to a decimal. Huh? 1.5. 1.5. 3 times 1.5. 3 times 1.5.
Where's SD at?
It should be above your like green,
Delete button.
yeah, the delete button. It'll be green or orange.
Oh, I see it.
3 times 1.5? I don't know. Are you guessing?
That's 4.5.
4.5? Okay, so, okay, so for the 1.5, so if we go 1, this is 1, so, and this is 2, so 1.5 has got to be somewhere here in the middle, okay? And then 4.5, so here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and so 4.5 is going to be somewhere here in the middle. Okay, so this is W prime. Okay, X is going to be 3, 0. Okay, and again, you can save yourself some time. So, we already know the 3 value. What was the 3 value when we did the math for it? 4.5. And you can see that it matches up from 3 to here, okay? So whatever you can save yourself time on, save yourself time on. So we got 4.5. 0 times 1.5 is still 0. Why? Yeah, so anything times 0 is still 0. Okay, so this is going to be 0. Okay, so 4.5, 0. So that's going to be over 4.5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a half is going to be here. It's going to be X prime. Okay, the U is at -1, and then down 3, so -3. Okay, and again, use your stuff that you already have, okay? It's gonna be -1.5, why?
Because if 1 is 1.5, we just add the negative.
Yep, so if 1 is 1.5, then the -1 is going to be -1.5. Okay, and the second one is going to be what?
Negative 4.5.
-4.5. And then again, that same concept. Okay, so save yourself some time where you can save yourself some time. There's no point in typing them all in. Okay, if you want to, go ahead, but it's not necessary. Okay, so -1.5, so this is 1, 1.5, and then down to 4.5. So it's going to be somewhere here. Okay, and then lastly, the V is gonna be negative 3, 0. Okay, and so what should that coordinate be?
Negative 4.5.
Negative 4.5, comma 0. Okay, number 7, it says a dilation of 1 over 4 about the origin. Okay, first of all, what is 1 over 4?
Miss Hemmings, can I go to the restroom?
What is 1 over 4? 0.25. Okay, and if you're not sure, on your calculator you can type in fraction and then say 1 over 4 and hit equals. Okay, and then if you get another fraction back, you can hit SD. Okay, so 1 over 4 is 4.5. Okay, so I'm going to put a 0.25, sorry. This is 0.25. So is this going to be a reduction or an enlargement?
Reduction,
It's going to be a reduction. Why?
less than 1.
It's less than 1. So I already know my picture should be within that picture. Okay, so it should be smaller. Okay, so let's start with R. Okay, R is negative 2, positive 4. So negative 2, positive 4. Okay, and so we're going to times each piece by 0.25. So negative 2 times 0.25. This is where you guys come in.
Negative 0.5.
Negative 0.5. Okay, 4 times 0.25. 4 times 0.25. 1? Oh. Okay, so negative 5, 1. So that's going to be left a half and then up 1. So it should be somewhere here. It's going to be R prime. Okay, S is going to be 2, 1. Okay, so 2 times 0.25. Okay, look at what we already have. So what should it be? Without even doing the math, what should it be? 2 times point, huh? 0.5. Okay, 1 times 0.25. 1 times 0.25. 0.25. Okay, so 1 times anything is the anything. Okay, so this is going to be 0.25. Okay, so for the S, it's going to be over a half and then up a tiny like quarter. Okay, and again, make the graph look the best you can. Okay, there's no way for me to even say necessarily if it's right or if it's wrong. I mean, I can as long as it's in this box, but because it shouldn't be up here, right? Because that's 1 and some change. But I can't tell if that's 0.25. Okay, so as long as it's somewhere within that little box, we're gonna have to call it good within each other. Okay, if it's not, then obviously it's wrong. But okay, Q. Q is gonna be negative 2, negative 1. Negative 2, negative 1. Okay, so again, I already have some coordinates, so I can kind of figure out. So what is going to be my negative 2 one? Negative 2 times 0.25. Negative 0.5. Negative 1 times 0.25. Negative 0.25, but yeah. Okay, and so for the Q, I got negative a half and then negative a fourth. So it's going to be up here. So this is my Q prime. And again, remember we're doing a reduction, so it's going to be smaller. Okay, and then lastly, T is going to be 1, 4. 1, negative 4, my bad. Okay, so the 1 should be what? 0.25. Okay, and then what about the 4? What should the negative 4 be? -1. Okay, so 0.25 and then a -1 is gonna be somewhere here for t prime. Okay, listen very carefully. Two things. You're going to cross off number 9 and 10. Put a big X on them, otherwise I'll forget. And then you're going to rip your back page off and throw it away. Okay, so you have 1 through 8 to do.